Yo, 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 what's up, people? It's your boy P. Ross back in the building with battle rap being such an important element in the world of hip hop since its inception. You know what I mean? I'm about to give y'all my 10 favorite diss tracks. You know, these are bangers. You know what I mean? So sit back, check it out. And if you want to, let me know in the comments, you know, what's your top 5, top 10, top 20, whatever. I'm just giving y'all 10 right now, and maybe I'll do another video later on another top 10 that I like. You know what I mean? So here we go. Let's get into it. All right, people. Number 10 on this list comes from Tupac and the Outlaws. Hit 'em up. This was Tupac's diss towards the notorious B.I.G., P. Diddy, aka Puffy. Who else he dissing this? Mobb Deep, Chino XL, the whole Bad Boy staff record label and motherfucking crew. You know what I mean? So this is actually dope, and one of the dopest hip hop line and hooks is actually in this song, and it was repeated and said by the Outlaws. You a beat biter, a Pac style taker. I tell you to your face, you ain't shit but a faker. Now, we'll get to that track next because it is number 9 on this list, but this is number 10, Tupac. Hit 'em up. All right, people, number 9 on this list comes from MC Lyte, and this is the 10% diss in which she dissed Antoinette, and the same hook that was taken by the Outlaws on Hit 'em Up. The line actually goes, you're a beat biter, a dope style taker. I tell you to your face, you ain't nothing but a faker. Now, MC Lyte is credited to me. For me, she's the best female MC ever. That's just to me. But she is credited in the hip hop community, you know, as far as dissing and rhymes and writing, better than some of these dudes out here, even today, yo. So, this is number 9. Her diss to Antoinette, 10% diss. Yo, and number 8 on this list is considered to be one of the greatest, not only hip-hop tracks of all time, but greatest diss tracks of all time. And of course, it makes number 8 on my list. The Bridge Is Over by Boogie Down Productions, aka BDP. This is an outstanding track. I mean, like this was back when BDP, you know, was going against Juice Crew and all that stuff. You could look at it on YouTube and all that, but this is one of the great diss tracks, and I love it. KRS-One was really flaunting his shit on this one. You know what I mean? You know, he got at the Juice Crew. You know, so, and not only that, you know, I think it kind of, I think MC Shan still to this day is a little salty. You know what I mean? It's a little salty. You know, but Shan had some tracks, but The Bridge Is Over was just one that he couldn't come back from, I think. So, yo, number 8, The Bridge Is Over, BDP. Yo, and coming in at number 7 is a very controversial track. Not controversial for me, but controversial for a lot of people. Canibus, Second Round KO. Okay, this was his diss to LL Cool J. And everybody know how the story goes. L threw shots at him on 4321 off of L's Phenomenon album, I think. And Canibus was asked to change his verse, and L didn't change his, blah, 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 blah. And they had a big back and forth. And Canibus dropped Second Round KO. Now, for me, lyrically, Canibus got it, L. Although L came back with the Ripper Strikes Back, I don't think it was as potent as Second Round KO, you know, but a lot of people's opinion, they tend to sway towards L, you know what I mean, because he was the legend, and he is, rightfully so, he is a legend, you know what I mean, and he's been in a lot of great battles, but unfortunately for me, in this battle, Canibus won, and that's why it's number 7 on my list. Canibus, Second Round Knockout. And coming in at number 6 is a great track. And there's no denying it. This was at a time when West Side Connection, Ice Cube, Dub C, and Mac 10 was at the top of their game. You know what I'm saying? With their release Bow Down. You know what I mean? Yo. And they dissed a Midwest superstar, a Midwest lyricist who wasn't having it. You understand what I'm saying? Now, who we talking about? We're talking about Common. And the track we're talking about is The Bitch in You. This track is off the chain. Common got with West Side Connection, Ice Cube, Dub C, Mac 10. He got with him. There's like no denying that. You know, for those who have heard The Bitch in You, Common lyrically destroyed West Side Connection. To me, you know what I mean? Like, there's like no comparison, you know, which is thus why West Side Connection, to my knowledge, never made a response to The Bitch in You. You understand what I'm saying? So, this is number 6 on my list. Common, The Bitch in You. And number 5 on this list come from Jay-Z's classic album, The Blueprint. And we're talking about The Takeover. Yes, his diss for Nas. You know what I mean? And I think he dissed Mobb Deep in this too. But it's remembered for the Nas diss. And you know what? I remember buying this CD back then. I remember playing this CD back then. You know what I'm saying? And to me, Nas is like the greatest. You know what I mean? And when I heard it, I was hurt. I was hurt. Your boy was hurt. Because I thought it was over for Nas. Because Jay put it on his ass. Jay put it on him with The Takeover. You know what I mean? And lyrically, production-wise too. You know, this is a great diss track. The Takeover was the one that I thought would do Nas in. But little did I know what Nas had coming. You know what I mean? But for the most part, Jay-Z's The Takeover, one of the great diss tracks. And it comes in at number 5 on this list. Yo, yo, yo. And coming in at number 4 is Roxanne Shante, Roxanne's Revenge. This is her response to the UTFO song Roxanne, Roxanne. And if you haven't seen her movie, Hip Hop Heads, I would suggest y'all go watch her movie. I believe it's still on Netflix. Check it out. It's deep. But anyway, this track was all one take. And according from what I understand from the movie, you know what I'm saying, she was on the way to the laundromat and Marley Marl called her from the window and she just laid the track right then and there, left, went back and did laundry. You know what I mean? So this is definitely a banger, a hip-hop classic, you know. And also, there were so many versions of Roxanne back in the day, but this is the one that really stuck. Even UTFO got their own version of Roxanne, which was the real Roxanne. So check this out. Coming in at number 4, Roxanne's Revenge. And whoever thought it would come to this, the number 3 spot on this list goes to Kool Moe Dee. Let's Go. His diss to LL Cool J. You know, to me, Mo D baited LL with How You Like Me Now, which was a great track. And LL actually came back with a great track, the classic Jack the Ripper. But when Mo D came with Let's Go, he hit L with metaphors. He hit L with nothing but lyrics, you know. And it was tough too, man. It was tough. Back in the day, you know, everybody was an L fan, you know what I mean? But when Mo D did this, even to my surprise, as I got older and I started listening to the actual words and the lyrics they were saying, you know, Mo D definitely crushed L on this one. He definitely crushed L on this one. For real, there was no response. I know L did a couple responses, but there was no response that L could have done to match this track, Let's Go. This track was also featured, I think, on one of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. I think it might have been part 5, if I'm not mistaken. The Dream Child. You know what I mean? But this is it. Number 3 on the list, Kool Moe Dee. Let's Go. Yo, and we have come full circle to the number 2 spot on this list, which is Nas's Ether. His response to Jay-Z's The Takeover. Again, I'm gonna pick up where I left off on the Jay-Z Takeover song. I thought Nas was diggity done, but when he dropped Ether, he dropped a bomb. You know what I mean? Like, I really feel like Ether is the reason why The Rock broke up. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Ether was that powerful and that strong. You know what I mean? What I understand, you know, they were trying to ban Nas from playing the song at like Summer Jam and all this and all that. Yo, Nas broke Jay-Z face with this one. You know what I mean? Takeover was great. But Ether, that just took it to the next level. You know what I mean? And not only that, Ether came off the album Stillmatic, which was in essence a great album too by Nas. You know? And like I said, I thought Nas was a goner. Thought he was a goner. But you know what? Goes to show what the hell I know. Because Nas came back with this, and it makes the number 2 spot on this list. Nas, Ether. Yo, and before I go into the number 1, I just want to add to this. You know, when they say when Jay heard Ether, that night he went right back into the studio and made probably one of the worst diss tracks ever, which was Super Ugly. You know what I mean? Now, I thought Super Ugly was trash, but they say he let Irv Gotti hype him up like that. You know what I mean? I don't get it. I don't understand it. But if Jay would have just left it like there and like still kind of did his thing on his album where him and Nas was throwing little shots at each other and shit, that would have been fine. But he went and made a track that Super Ugly wasn't even called for. So, Nas, number 2, Ether. And number 1 comes off of a great album, as you can see, Ice Cube's Death Certificate. And the song is No Vaseline. Yo, this is, for me, the greatest diss track of all time. He went through NWA, you know what I mean, like crazy. I mean, Cube got in their ass. This was another kind of a situation when I remember NWA dissed Ice Cube on what was the EP called? On 100 Miles and Running with the song Real Niggas. And then they reused it for their album Niggas for Life, right? So they did the whole Benedict Arnold thing, you know what I mean, that segued into Real Niggas. So not only that, I think that NWA also dissed them on Always Into Something. I think that was the name of the track off of Real Niggas. No, Niggas for Life, yeah. But Ice Cube got at their ass. And if y'all seen the NWA movie, and if we're going by gospel of what that movie was, they all was salty. And it ain't no coming back from what Cube did to them. Wasn't no coming back, you know what I mean? You know, Dre went off and did his own thing, whatever. Ren went off, he went solo. Easy had beef with Dre and Death Row, you know what I mean? But the ramifications of what Ice Cube did to NWA, he just tore their ass up with No Vaseline. And this right here, my friends, is number 1 on my top 10 of greatest hip-hop disses. Leave y'all comments down in the comment section. Holler at your boy P. Ross, and we out. Peace.